Okay, job designs is the process of organizing work into tasks that required to perform a specific job. Now, there are three important influences on job design. The first one is the workflow analysis. Kaibaw na mo unsa ng workflow analysis. The second is the business strategy. Okay, kaibaw na pud mo. We have discussed this already. And of course, the organizational structure that best fit that strategy. Now, sumo na siya ang tulo nimo nga take into consideration in designing a job. Ano man yung nag-una naman niya. So there are 5 approaches to job designs. The first one is work simplification. Now, work simplification assumes that work can be broken down to simple, repetitive tasks that maximizes efficiency. Now, this approach to job design assigns most of the thinking aspects of work, such as planning and organizing, to managers and supervisors while giving the employee a narrow, defined task to perform. Work simplification can utilize labor effectively to produce a large amount of standardized products. The automobile assembly line, where workers engage in highly mechanical and repetitive tasks, exemplifies the work simplification approach. Now, work simplifications, mo ni siya ang approach to job design wherein managers are given the tasks to plan and organize, and the employees are given a narrowly defined task to perform. So, in work simplification, the employees are not included or not considered in the planning and organizing. Murag manduan ra sila, wa sila labot sa pagplan o pag-organize rather than ibutang ra sila over that particular um, task wherein they would perform. No? So, inga na ang work simplification. So, an example of work simplification is the automobile assembly line. Remember mo sa katong assembly line where workers where workers are engaged in highly mechanical and repetitive tasks exemplifies the work specification approach. So, mo na siya. So, research naman na ninyo ng automobile assembly line para masabtan ang work simplification. Okay? Another is job enlargement. Now, job enlargement and job rotation are used to redesign jobs to reduce fatigue and boredom among workers that are performing simplified and highly specialized work. When we say employees are performing simplified and highly specialized work, mabag ka ng routinary na ganing work, maura dyan na ilang trabaho. Because that is highly specialized. Ikaw raman dyan ang makamao ana. So, ikaw raman dyan ang mo trabaho ana. So, with job enlargement, now, and job rotation, now, mo na sila gamit to redesign jobs, no, to reduce fatigue and boredom among workers performing simplified and highly specialized work. Job enlargement expand a job's duty. So, for example, auto workers who are specialized to install carpets on car floor may have their job enlarged to reduce the extra duties of installing the car seats and instrument panel. So when we say job enlargement, it's just a process of giving a workers who are performing highly specialized work another duty para ma-eliminate ang fatigue or boredom among them. So, murag dagan sa zaglaing work ba nga kanang murabag just to cater a new kanang sense of motivation nga halalain na pud ang akong kay di ba kung magsiguro tag trabaho ani particular na tong trabaho over and over murag mabot ang time nga murag mo down pud ang imong motivation murag kapoy balik-balik ka sa ning trabaho uy usahay mo bored ka usahay it's either you are going to get bored or over fatigue ka for working too much on that highly or routinary work. So mo nang i-enlarge ang imong um, work. Tagaan sa another duty para ma-eliminate pud murag bag-o na pud ba sa ijang pananaw sa ijang pamati. So mura si ma sana is tawag na mura si ma revive. Okay? So another is job rotation. So job enlargement and job rotations are similar, no? Murag they are more correlated. So job rotation rotates worker among different narrowly defined tasks without disrupting the flow of work. No, mo ni siya ang kanang process in which katong example bitaw nga pwede siya ma-rotate ang usa ka particular employee could be rotated in a different defined task but without disrupting the flow of work. For example, a cashier who is also skilled on bookkeeping might be rotated on a particular period wherein she would only do the bookkeeping job. So, murag na for cashier siya but for the entire week na 2 days nga mag-bookkeep produce siya di sa mag-cashier. Kay that is just one way of eliminating the boredom, no? On the particular employee. Kay na di man jud na aman jud na lagi kana bitawng routinary work na balik-balik na imong trabaho mura kag instead nga magtika nindot imong trabaho kay routinary mura kag pagsajup-sajup na because you are bored on this mo na lang jud nihong trabaho over and over gikapoy na gajud ko but this job rotation allows fresh anticipation of new tasks kay as a human being naman jud when we are given with a new task more that is a new set of motivation hala bag-o na pug kog trabahoon makatigo ba ka ko ani or ma-fulfill ba ka ani nako no we have that particular mindset so it is important no so in designing job usana sa imong usana sa mga approach nga pwede nimo buhaton okay another is job enrichment now when you say job enrichment this is an approach to job design that directly applies job characteristic theory. Remember katong job characteristic theory nga atong i-discuss, no? May kag job enrichment, this is an approach to job design that directly applies job characteristic theory to make jobs more interesting and to improve employee motivation. So mo gibuhat na reference na ho. So in job enrichment kay marag kuan man ko ato primero kanang secretary mo to gihimo kong kuan kanang research documenter. So gi-apply ni Reverend ang job characteristics theory to make my job more interesting, which as an end result motivates me to do my job well. No? Job enrichment puts specialized tasks back together so that one person is responsible for producing a whole product or an entire service. This gives employees more opportunities for autonomy and feedback. It expands both the horizontal and vertical dimensions of a job. Now, sa mo to nahitabo na ho. Murag na anak ko murag it offers me a horizontal and vertical dimension of a job. And it also gives me an opportunity for autonomy and feedback. Remember, autonomy and feedback ha. Okay, so mo na ang job enrichment. And the last one is team-based design. So team-based design focuses on giving a team rather than an individual a whole and meaningful piece of work to do. So in team-based design, dili raw sa ka person ang imong gifokusan og tagaan og kanang meaningful work to do, but rather a team. So team members are empowered to decide among themselves how to accomplish the work. They are cross-trained in different skills, then rotated to different tasks within the team. A team-based job designs match best with flat and boundaryless organizational structures. An example of which is kanang McDonald's, no? McDonald's uses, or even Jollibee, McDonald's uses team-based job designs in the operation of a fast food restaurant. A team of McDonald's employees perform various functions such as food preparation, order taking, operating the cash register, keeping the kitchen and customer areas of the restaurant clean, taking out the trash, and refilling dispensers with napkins, straws, and other utensils for customers to use. So, mo na sila gitawag og you can design a job based on team nga kanang versus og the design of your job would help a team grow together. Okay, so mo na siya ang 5 approaches to job design: the work simplification, the job enlargement, the job rotation, the job enrichment, and of course the team based design. Okay, o sana naman bakit ayaw na niya? Tumitigil na siya. Okay, job analysis refers to the systematic process of collecting information used to make decisions about jobs. Job analysis identifies the task, duties, and responsibilities of a job. After a workflow analysis has been done and have been designed, now the employer needs to define and communicate job expectations for individual employees. This is best done through the job analysis. So after ka nag-analyze ng workflow and then nag-job design, of course, you need the job analysis in order to communicate job expectations and to individual employees. Now let us define task in this module. Now task is a basic element of work that is logical and necessary step in performing a job duty. Duty, on the other hand, consists of one or more tasks that constitute a significant activity performed in a job, while responsibility is considered as one or several duties that identify and describe the major purpose for or reason for the job's existence. This is self-explanatory actually. Now, for the job of administrative assistant, now a task might be completing a travel authorization, which is a part of the duty to keep track of the department's travel expenses, which is part of the responsibility to manage a department budget. Now, job analysis provides information to answer the following question: where does the work came from? What machines and special equipment must be used? What knowledge, skills, and abilities, or keys knowledge, skills, and abilities does the job holder need to perform the job? How much supervision is necessary? Under what working conditions should this job be performed? What are the performance expectations for this job? On whom must the job holders depend to perform this job? And with whom must they interact? So those are the questions, no, of a job analysis. I have here an example of a job analysis. Uy, nalabad, wala na. Ano appeal man ni siya? Oh, ang example. So this is an example of a some task by case A matrix. So kung di man siya kadyo maklaro, no, picture screenshot na naman, and then you can kuan it, do something. Okay, so that is an example. Now a task inventory analysis. Now, this is what we call a task inventory analysis. And it is actually a collection of methods that are offshoots, no, of the U.S. Air Force task inventory method. The technique is used to determine the knowledge, skills, and abilities needed to perform the job successfully. The analysis has 3 steps: the interview, the survey, and the generation of a task by a KSE matrix. Now, this is an example of a KSA matrix that is used to rate the extent to which variety of KSAs are important for the successful completion of each task. This figure is an abbreviated example of KSA rating matrix. So, na mo ni example si of a KSA rating matrix. Okay. Guidelines for conducting job analysis. So, number 1 is determine the desired application of job analysis, select the jobs to be analyzed, gather the information, verify the accuracy of the job information, and the last is document the job analysis by writing job description. Now, when we say determine the desired application of the job analysis, now, for example, if used as a basis for performance appraisal, job analysis should collect data that are representative of differing levels of job performance. But if it is used as a basis for determining training needs, then the job analysis should collect information on the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities that lead to effective job performance. So, how you're going to analyze or conduct a job analysis depends on its uses. So if it is used as a basis for performance appraisal, of course the contents are different from when it is used as basis for determining training needs. Okay, number 2 is select the job to be analyzed. Now, select the job to be analyzed. This includes factors that make specific jobs appropriate for job analysis, which includes the stability or obsolescence of a job content. Entry-level jobs, which require selection tools that determine who gets hired and who gets rejected, are also analyzed regularly. So, select the job to be analyzed, which means that, of course, you need to have this particular analysis of a job, of a job for a specific appropriation, no? Kanang murabag, you are going to analyze a job for, or it may include stability or obsolescence of job content. So mo na siya ang kanang murag factors that you are going to consider. So why are you analyzing this particular job man? Murag ingana na ang select the job to be analyzed. One a second guideline in conducting a job analysis. Of course, you do not need to analyze the entire jobs man, diba? You have to be you have to select particular jobs that needs analysis, that really needs analysis. Number 3 is gather the information. So with of course, you have to gather information within budget constraint, collect the desired information using most appropriate job analysis technique. So, I think gather in job information is very self-explanatory, no? Of course, let's move on to number 4, which is verify the accuracy of job information. Now, when we say verify, this is also self-explanatory. So, paano pa explaining verify? Of course, you need to verify the accuracy of the job information. Both the job incumbents and their immediate supervisors should review the job information to ensure that it is representative of the actual job. Okay, and the last is document the job analysis by writing job description. Now, by writing a job description, you are able to document the job analysis information in a job description that summarizes the job's essential duties and responsibilities, as well as the knowledge, skills, and abilities necessary for the job. This document allows managers to compare different jobs on various dimensions and is an important part of many HR programs. Say document the job analysis by kinahanglan ka mo himo og job description so you can compare different jobs on various dimensions in an organization. That's why job description is very important. Okay, so what is a job description? A job description is a summary statement of the information collected in a job analysis process. It is a written document that identifies, defines, and describes a job in terms of its duties, responsibilities, working conditions, and specifications. So, going back dire kani guidelines for conducting a job analysis. But what is really the importance of job analysis? So that you are going to be able to hire employees that is best fitted for the job. Mo nang kinahanglan ka mag job analyze kay basig moingon nga uy we need ikuan kanang naay laboratory assistant, but actually we do not need a laboratory kanang technician kay pwede ra di ay og kaning usa may mo serve as a laboratory technician. So there should be a job analysis so that you will have lists of job necessary to be filled in by applicants. Okay, so muna siya ang summary nganing guidelines of conducting a job analysis. Now, as a result, of course, the job description is now a summary statement of the information that you have collected in the job analysis process. Now, that is why it is a written document that identifies, defines, and describes a job in terms of its duties, responsibilities, working condition, and specifications. Now, there are two types of job descriptions. The first one is a specific job description. It is a detailed summary of a job's tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Now, this type of job description is associated with workflow strategies and that emphasizes efficiency, control, and detailed work planning. It is best now this type of job description is best fit best with a bureaucratic organizational structure with well-defined boundaries that separate functions and the different levels of management. The second is the general job description, which is fairly new to the scene and is associated with workflow strategies that emphasize innovation, flexibility, and loose work planning. Now, this type of job description fits best with flat or boundaryless organizational structure in which there are few boundaries between functions and levels of management. Okay, so here is an example of a job description. Now, the identification part, um, this includes information about job titles, diba? Na dire asa ni job titles kani nga part job titles, location, and source of job analysis information. Example, DOL information in the occupational Outlook handbook of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The job summary is a short statement that summarizes the job's duties, responsibilities, and the place in organizational structure. Job duties explain what is done on the job and how it is done and why is it done. While job specifications list the case A needed, the minimum qualifications or the basic standards a job applicants must have to be considered for the job. So this is what a job description looks like. So mo na siya. We have different parts. The job titles, the job summary, duties, requirements, and of course, minimum qualifications. Okay. Okay, we are down now to the last. Daghanap pa di ay. Sabi ko last 3 slides. Oh my God. Emerging trends, the flexible workforce. Now, we have seen how organizations can be structured and jobs designed to maximize flexibility. Now, in this section, we will examine 2 additional strategies for ensuring flexibility: contingent workers and flexible work schedules. Now, let's start with the contingent workers. Now, there are 2 types of workers: the core workers and the contingent workers. A company's core workers have full-time jobs and enjoy privileges not available to contingent workers. So, in contextual term, core workers are regular workers and contingent workers are kananay mga non-regular or the sige tawag na kung sa government pa kanang unsa nagtawag anang sa government kaysa private kay mo manang full-time og part-time sa government kay lahi man na ilang term regular og nakalimot man ko basta kanang naa sa kuan nga kanang sa government employees duha man na regular o di pud to nang non-regular nakalimot ko. Okay, so many core workers expect a long-term relationship with the employer that includes a career in an organization, a full array of benefits, and job security. Of course, mo nay privilege sa mga regular workers. In contrast, the jobs of a contingent worker are based on the employer's convenience and efficiency needs. So, kung contingent worker ka, you are dependent on the employer's convenience and efficiency needs. Firms hire contingent workers to help them deal with temporary increase in workload or to do work that is not part of their core set capabilities. Now, between the 2 types, who has a flexible working condition, 'di ba? It is the contingent. That is why we will look at it deeper. When the business cycle moves into a downturn, the contingent workers are the first employees to be discharged. Of course, because they are not signing contracts. They are the type of employees that do not have contract with the organizations. They thus provide a buffer zone of protection for the core workers. For example, in some large Japanese corporations, core workers' jobs are protected by a large contingent workforce that can be rapidly downsized when business conditions change. Now, contingent workers includes temporary employees. Kani. Temporary employees, employment agencies provides companies with temporary employees or temps for short-term work assignments. Temps work for temporary employment agency and are simply reassigned to another employer when their current job ends. So, ang kaning temporary employees mo na ang kanang type of workers nga they would work on a short term work assignment, say for example 6 months, 3 months. So mo na sila gitawag og kanang temps worker, which works for temporary works or employment agency. So once their kanang sort of job ends, mo nang i-reassign na po sila og lain nga employer. So kakuan mo ang mga agency o di ba? Like for example, ang atong guards CM lahi-lahi every pila na ka months lahi na pud ang guard. So because ang kadtong guard nato sa CM sa una reassign na pud og lain nga kanang employer by the agency. Okay, so man gitawag og temporary employees. Part-time employees, on the other hand, work fewer hours than full-time core employees and receive far fewer employee benefits, thus providing substantial saving to employers. Now, part-time employees has this cost saving mechanism, no, tungod kay they do not receive fringe benefits or other benefits that regular employees receive. Like for example sa CM, kaming mga regular employees receives 1 sack per year, but kadtong mga part-time dili taon sila kadawat. So makasave ang CM because pila ra mi kabuok nga kanang sana regular. So ang mga part-time di sila appeal sa budget sa rice allowance. But of course, the part-timers also do not need to have a particular hours to be rendered. Say for example sa AHOA. So I need 21 hours per week nga rendition of time para sa akong basic salary for all the things that I am enjoying. Sumon is katapat nga 21 hours per sa faculty. But the part-time, every hour ginabayaran gayud sila. Kaum sila basic salary pod. Ang kanailang payment or kanailang sweldo are the hours that they are working on the College of Maasin. Say for example, ay diyang kanang schedule of classes kay Monday, Wednesday, and Friday 5 to 7:30 mao ra na bayaran sa CM. Okay. Another is outsourcing or subcontracting. Sometimes called subcontracting is the process by which employers transfer routine or peripheral work to another organization that specializes in that work and can perform it more efficiently. Employees that outsource some of their non-essential work gain improved quality and cost savings. Outsourcing agreements may result in a long-term relationship between an employer and a subcontractor though it is the employer who has the flexibility to renew or end the relationship at its convenience. For example, payroll benefits, training, and recruiting are often outsourced to external service providers. So another form of outsourcing is kanang mga BPO. Another is kanang mga cleaning services. Now, even the College of Masin is closely considering nga kanang mo outsource bitaw sila og kanang cleaning services. We're in organizations na tungod we have problems with kana laging pag-maintain sa mga CR sa eskwelahan. So, kanang murag mo na nag-consider ron sa admin nga mo outsource na laman sila o kanang mga cleaners. No, I think you're familiar with it. Contract workers are employees who develop work relationships directly with an employer instead of with a subcontractor through an outsourcing arrangement for a specific piece of work or time period. They are likely to be self-employed, supply their own tools, and determine their hours of employment. Sometimes contract workers are called consultants or freelancers. I think I don't need to explain much of this because you are all too familiar with freelancers. That is what we call contract workers. And the last is the college interns, of course. So, one of these days, when you are graduating, kung makapasar mo sa subject, charot. So, you will become a college intern and you will understand, no? So, one of the newest developments in contingency work area is the use of college interns. College students who work on a full-time or part-time assignments of short duration, usually for one academic semester or summer, to obtain work experience. Some interns are paid, some are not. Employers use interns to provide support to professional staff. So, swerte ra mo fall mo sa organization nga mobayad og interns. In BSBA, ang Honda, murag, di po din og kanang bayad jud, pero murag mahatag sila og monetary equivalent. Kay kadto mo mga intern sa una, maingon man lagi tagaan na gimig kwarta at the end of the kuan period. Na ilugay na ni ron sila Honda na labad. Okay, so that is for contingent workers. Flexible work schedules include flexible work hours, compressed work weeks, and telecommuting. Now, flexible work schedules alter the scheduling of work while leaving intact the job design and employment relationship. Employers may get higher levels of productivity and job satisfaction. Employees may feel that they are trusted by management, which can improve the quality of employees' relations or relationship. The three most common types of flexible work schedules are flexible work hours, compressed work weeks, and telecommuting. When we say um, flexible work hours give employees control over the starting and ending times of their daily work schedules. Employees are required to put in a full 40-hour work week at their on-site workstation but have some control over the hours when they perform the work. Flexible hours divide work schedules into core time when all employees are expected to be at work and flexible time or flexi time when employees can choose to organize work routines around personal activities. Example, flexible na sila times wherein they have to uh murag they are expected to be at work. That is what we call the core time. And then they have flexible time wherein an employee can choose to organize work routines around personal activities. So example, ang kadtong secretary sa una sa kanang law, no, because the demand of the law office is until 10 p.m. tungod kay ang ilang klase magsugod man og 5:30 sa gabi kay ang ilang mga estudyante are part-time man pod nga workers, so that is what we call flexi work hours. Although, ang katong nga secretary is required in the morning or naa sa core time naa po kanang the whole afternoon mo na iyang core time from 1 out 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. mo na iyang core time. In the morning, pwede siya mag-flexi. Since gabi naman siya mo gawas, 10 naman sa gabi pwede siya sa morning, mag-flexi siya, like, masud po siya alas 10 sa buntag. So, naana ni exist na sa CM. That is what we call flexible work hours because that is a demand on the type of work that this particular employee is having. Hala, oy, di na mo ko katigo mo storya. Oy, I'm really tired na. And you still have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slides. Kadaghan ba? Uy, gikapoy na si Iko. Nalabad si I. Okay, second is compressed work weeks. Now, compressed work weeks alter the number of work days per week by increasing the length of the workday to 10 or more hours. One type of compressed work week schedule consists of a 10-hour work days. Now, their major advantage is that they give employees 3 or 4 day weekends to spend with their families or engage in personal interest. However, employees who work over a compressed work week may experience increased levels of stress and fatigue. So imagine ha, ang imong 5 working days himuon ra nimong tulo. Of course, ang imong rendering of time duty time instead nga 8 hours himuon nimong 10 per day kay para makover nimo ang 2 days nga dili ka mo duty. So mo na gitawag na to og compressed work weeks. Trabaho kay alas 7 ko to alas 7 sa gabi every day para makover nimo ang 2 days nga dili ka mo duty. Okay? So, mo na, ang advantage niya is that employees have more time to spend on their family or engage in personal interests, but employees also who work with compressed work week may experience increased levels of stress and fatigue. Of course, ikaw kung trabahong 7 to 7 every day or 7 to 8 every day for the rest of your life, mas stress ka jud ka. Yeah. Why? No noon break. Telecommuting now refers to the use of personal computers, modems, fax machines, email, and internet to work from a home, office, or telecommute. Telecommuting allows employees to cultivate tailored lifestyle while working a full-time job. Telecommuting gives employers the flexibility to hire talented employees who might not otherwise be able to offer services physically. Employers who, employers also save on office space costs with telecommuting. Of course, there's no presence man. Telecommuting thus presents several challenges to managers, such as monitoring, because it's really hard to monitor somebody who is not there physically, no? But telecommuting is very kanang common and prevalent nowadays. It has become a trend in kanang jobs na, 'di ba? So even in Facebook na rin mga advertisements for a home-based work. Kaya di namin hapot doon haon aning itiwason kay humana. Uy, ginoo ko. Okay, the Human Resource Information System. So, most of today's human resource information systems are computerized. Now, we will briefly explore two relevant issues: the application of HRIS and the management of security and privacy issues related to HRIS. This is very important because of this new law on privacy. Data Privacy Act. So when we say human resource information system, are systems used to collect, record, store, and analyze and retrieve data concerning an organization's human resources. So all your data as an employee is stored on a particular system of the organization. Now, the issues relating to this is the applications. What are the applications? What are the uses of HRIS and how does the organization manage the security and privacy of HRIS? So, a computerized HRIS contains computer hardware and software applications that work together to help managers make HR decisions. The software may be a custom designed program or an off the shelf or prepackaged application program. So here are the applications to which HRIS can be used. Sumonit tanan. Applicant tracking, basic employee information, benefits administration, bonus and incentive management, career development, blah blah blah. Sumoni. Magamit ang HRIS over these areas. Okay? So, HRIS security and privacy. Companies should first limit access to HRIS by controlling access to the computer and its data files, unlocking the areas where they are stored and encrypting the data. So, mo na'y pinakauna nga buhaton sa organizations. These are confidential files, classified files. That is why dili sa pwede isaya-saya. Even a payroll, di ba dire naaman dire asa naman eh. Oo, kaning payroll dia. So di ka pwede ikaw nga employee ka. Hoy pilay sweldo ni kuan. Oh, di na pwede dai. Watch out kani ana kay pwede ka kiyaan. Okay? So di na siya pwede. Di ka pwede mo tan-aw sa sweldo sa ubang tao. You can inquire about your salary but not on the other person. That is a violation on the Privacy and Security Act. Okay, another is companies should permit limited access to different portions of the database with the use of passwords and special codes. So that is why we have passwords and special codes because they are not on display. Murag these data are since they are classified, di na siya pwede i-share ra kung kang kinsa. So companies should have this limited access to different portion of the database. So the HRIS is a huge database of information about your workforce, and of course the access to this or any portion of the database should be limited. Wa kay ba basig usabon na ng data diha 'di ba? Next is grant permission to access employees' information only on a need-to-know basis. So, muhatag ra kag permission nga ang usa ka tawo maka-access on employee information only on a need-to-know basis, which means that very important siya, relevant, justifiable nga mutan-aw ka ani nga employee information. Okay. Next is develop policies and guidelines that govern the utilization of employee information and notify employee how the policy works. This is very self-explanatory. And the last one is allow employees to verify and correct their personal records, which is also self-explanatory. Okay, so we are done and you have an activity. So you only have one activity actually. So your household is set to need these employees: a lady butler, a gardener, and a security man. So what you're going to do is to create a job analysis and job description of each required to hire employees. So I will be creating a submission link in Moodle. So this is due on Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday, mo due na siya. And then we will also have our exam on Tuesday, pre-final. So, mo na siya yung activity. Ato, of course, atong hapon mo send sa Moodle. Okay, so we are so done. So that's it. And good night, kids. Oh my